Hey there, everyone, and welcome to episode 101. Yeah, this is the world post episode 100, and that means it's going to hopefully be a lot more condensed and a lot more stuff coming out quicker. So, I want to show you guys a little bit of work here that I did with some friends, did a little bit of good teamwork for once in a game, actually contributing as a team and working together as opposed to working as three lone wolves that just happen to be talking to each other. And so what we did here was we actually talked each other out as to where we're going to sit and how we're going to respond. And a lot of this is reading the map too. What we do as a group when we actually decide to work together as opposed to just try and outdo each other is we kind of read the map, see where everybody's at, try and comment and tell each other what we see, what we can do to improve our situation and so on and so forth as to try and work together better and support each other. That doesn't necessarily mean cover the same targets or anything. That just means we want to be cognizant of everything that's going on around us. If one person's having their flank fold, we reposition, or if we find out that we're pushing hard on one side, we let the other know so that they can just sit there and defend as opposed to pushing as well. And so, that's sort of a teamwork situation here. So we're spread out across the three different flanks here. We got Mr. Dr. Thunder, Mr. Dr. Thunder, sitting over here in the 1-2 column, pushing up the rock wave, as that would normally be expected from this map. We have me kind of sitting here observing the center area, which we would normally see some people trying to sneak through or poke out around, and I also have the ability to assist and shoot onto the 1-2 area. And then we have Mr. Gilly over here sitting on the whole 7, 8, 9, 10 area so that he can get to the cap as needed. And so what we're saying here, you're basically having Thunder push up, I'm acting as a mid-range sniper, and Gilly's holding in reserve, helping me out if he sees targets to hit, and in the meantime just working as kind of a quick response to the cap as needed. And that's how we're spreading out, is we're not, sitting there supporting each other so much as we are sitting there talking to each other and saying, this is what I got, this is what I see, maybe you should go relocate here at this time because it's getting overwhelmed, so on and so forth. And that's really going to help the team, because that way we don't have to worry about, us all three of us being on one flank, the team getting crushed in the other flank, and not being able to respond. So we see the cap getting lit up at the moment. I take out the biggest threat at the time, the Tiger, and we're basically talking back and forth, hey, we think there's one or two guys at the cap. Gilly's already moved up halfway so he can respond either direction as needed. He's currently supporting over here, but ready to dash over as needed. We said, once we see the little cap get up a little higher, then we're going to push really hard for the cap because we don't want to lose that. We just want to kind of even it out just a little bit on this side so we can start to loop around behind them. They only have one guy on the cap, so we're not worried. So at this point, I say, okay, go ahead, we'll both shift over this way. Thunder, you stay behind and try and clear out everything behind us so that they don't come and start pecking at us from behind and having to deal with that. And so now that we can actually see everything over here, we send Gilly around back. I'm going to come down through the center. So he's going to try and take out the things up around the AB area and then come down around behind it. Whereas I'm going to come around through the front side here, try and take out things in this area. He'll try and take out things in this area. And that way we kind of push together, not attacking the same targets. We're just both creating a pincer on our own, kind of assisting everything, trying to get little hits here and there and try and take people off the cap. That's the most important part. And then, of course, Thunder still back here wrapping up everything behind us, so we don't have to worry about things charging in behind us, stopping us from doing what we're doing right now. And so that was not the target I was aiming at, but I will take it. Because the Black Prince is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to actually penetrate and do anything against, because this SU-100M is not the greatest of tanks, but it still works pretty well. Now, I'm playing this TD very aggressively, which typically is a bad idea. And so I know that I'm facing a 43 and a Black Prince. I know Gilly has just a few light little things to deal with. So the quicker that I can take out these small things, the better. Or quicker I can take out these big things, the better. But I'm probably going to end up needing his help. There isn't much left for him to have to worry about. Just the M4 down on the cap that's left. I think I'm going to pop down there and grab him real quick. No, actually, if you look at our score, that's exactly why I didn't go and try and kill him. Is that you see there, I have 3 kills, Thunder has 3 kills.
Hey, wake up.
I'm going to allow, and of course that interrupted right there, I'm going to allow Gilly to get that 3rd kill, giving us the team thing over there. So now we have the Brothers in Arms patch, because you know what, it's sometimes a nice little show of force that you get that thing, and you can say, hey, look, we actually were able to do this in a 3-person party, which is really difficult to do, because that's 9 kills between the 3 of you. And that is very hard to do sometimes, especially when you're not the top 3 tanks, which we were not. We were the middle grouping. So being able to do that was pretty amazing. And this Black Prince does offer a huge threat against me, but I'm pretty sure my armor is sloped enough that I could bounce the majority of his shots off. So I'm just going to focus here, you know, deflect off him quite a few times. He'll hit me, and then I'll shoot him for the win. But yeah, that's now 10 kills between all of us, and we got our little team participation battle there, or medal. So let me go into another one of excellent teamwork here, and I'll show you that. Alright, so now playing with the awesome Aussie here, what we are doing is going to be, again, doing some pretty good teamwork. Being in mediums, though, we gotta rush up. I mean, that's one of those things where, you know, you're the medium, you gotta lead the way. So up this hill we go. In an encounter battle, you're pretty much, the game is won or lost by going up a hill. That's just how it is. You win on, what is that map? Himmelsdorf by taking the hill. Well, it's a whole split of you need X number going up the hill, X number going to the cap. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Either which way, the awesome Aussie Vaughn and myself are going to climb up the hill here, try and provide a little stopping power, get them to halt their advance here while we wait for the rest of our heavies to catch up the hill behind us. You can see there's a big glob of them coming up. And so Vaughn and I are the forefront here of this brunt. I really have no spectacular cannon on this thing. It's just going to basically ding left and right off people, but hey, it might do a little bit here and there. Like that. Absolutely nothing. But that's because it's the weaker 100mm. So, just kind of do what I can. Just kind of stop people for a little bit, take a few hits. Vaughn is a little aggressive trying to get behind that hill, or the building, which is perfect because that way he's out of the artillery's reach. And I'm just going to try and sit here and peg away until we get rid of some stuff. So taking out this Tiger 2 is a big thing, but losing my gunner is totally not a good thing. So now that we have a huge glob of people up here with us, as you can see here, we have the majority of our team, and then Vaughn and I are doing some stuff here. We did enough. We held them here until our group got here. And now, Vaughn's getting some pretty big hits. Typically, I'd say, hey, let's knife fight it out, because that's my game style. I decided, you know what, we could be more useful to the team by leaving this area and letting the heavies deal with it. So, I told them, let's bail out, because part of this game is also known when you are no longer needed in your area. And so Vaughn and I said, you know what, we're just going to get pegged away up here. We will be taking up space that the heavies need. So let's go for a ride, and we decided that, hey, that was a good chunk of people up here, at least 10 of them, and we killed 2, so we're just going to circle around below and behind them, and that way we can either A, get behind them, B, take out their artillery, or C, go for the cap while they deal with the gigantic brunt of our force, which you can see here is pretty much everybody minus these 4 here and then us 2. So it's a pretty big chunk, at least it looks more massive than their side. And you know what, I'm willing to take the wager that we'll win that one on the hill. And so we're rushing to get behind this church because that's kind of the big thing here. You know, if we can get behind that, we're going to be safe from their tanks. And then once we do that, now we're golden. Now we just have to worry about the mediums down there. But you know what, they aren't the big threat. I want to kill this artillery piece. So Vaughn's ranging in on him. I'm trying to hit him on the move. I miss. He's going to hit him for me, and then I'll finish him off real quick. And then we'll keep on going. So we want to kind of provide cover for each other at this point. We've already accomplished our goal of taking the hill. Vaughn and I held everybody until our team got up there, so that way they didn't get the prime spot, we did. Now we're going to work on trying to take out the enemy down here. We already have a head start well ahead of our team. And there's really not much for us to have to deal with here. We just need to worry about some of these big things. And of course the S-51 coming in with the critical hit to take out the low. Pretty much the one major threat that we saw that we were going to have issues with, and I'm glad he was able to drop that on them. Otherwise, we're going to sit here in a knife fight all day long. So now we just have this 44, which I'm going to bounce off of like 600 times, and the T-43 that Vaughn's taking care of. So I take care of that thing. Vaughn finishes him off with me because I told him that I'm going to need the help, and now we go after this 34. Because he's the last big threat to us. Well, the IS-6, but I'm pretty sure he'll just deflect off my armor for the most part. So between our combined fire here, Vaughn and myself, and of course the artillery piece right there, the 34 is dead, and now we're going to focus down on whatever's in front of us. We have an IS-6 and a 52. So that's going to be one shot off the 52. Now he's down to one hittable here. I'm going to try and get him again, and no damage. So, you know what, we're going to move up. This IS-6 is dinging off us, but you know what, I kind of want that easy kill. So, you know what, another shot. No damage. So we're going to move up once again here. I'm going to try and go for this kill, and Vaughn gets it, luckily, because, you know what, I probably would deflect it off again. So now we're pegging away at this guy. He's the last threat that we really have to worry about, just the IS-6 here. He'll deflect off me all day long, so I'm not worried about him at all. And of course, Vaughn over here has actually the ability to penetrate him. Me, on the other hand, not so much. So he gets that kill in there, and then look at that. We both get 3 and 3. Again, get the team participation medal of the nice little good teamwork. So that will do it there. Again, good teamwork together, reading the map really well. We both read we were no longer needed up there, and we were able to move out and get behind him and really cause some havoc, and I think that's what helped turn the tides of this battle. Needless to say, only losing one person is phenomenal, so good job on the people that were up on the hill. And I will wrap it up there, but I'll show you something really cool really quick. So you know what? There's stuff that you can kill by shooting, stuff that you can kill by splashing with artillery, and of course there's always ramming, but you know what? Sometimes when you expend your shell and you don't kill what you need to, and it isn't worth running the extra shell against somebody, and you know that you want to go headlong into them, sometimes you're not going to be able to get that ram off that you want to get, so you know what? You can power slide into a kill. So when in doubt, slide down a hill right into somebody, and it always works. It is hilarious. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys a nice little power slide for a kill there. That is just fun to, you know, just S all over people like that. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I know it's a short one, but that's the new strategy here. I'm going to try and get more out, but sadly when I'm only playing 4 tanks at a time here, it's not going to be... Hopefully I can get more out that way. And I want to do more live games, and I'll start doing the British stuff when I also do the Japanese stuff, which is coming up, or Chinese stuff, which is coming up soon. So, yeah, anyway, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys then. Later, y'all.